The Wars of the Roses were a series of civil wars fought in England between 1455 and 1487, marking a tumultuous struggle for the English throne between two rival branches of the Plantagenet dynasty, the House of Lancaster and the House of York. These conflicts are named after the symbols of the two houses, the Red Rose of Lancaster and the White Rose of York. This fierce rivalry not only shook the foundations of English politics, but also paved the way for the rise of the Tudor dynasty, forever altering the course of the nation's history. The origins of the conflict lie in the deep-seated tensions stemming from the reign of King Henry VI, a weak and indecisive monarch. Henry VI, a Lancastrian, inherited the throne as an infant in 1422, following the death of his father, Henry V. Although his father had been a successful and celebrated king, Henry VI's reign was marked by instability, primarily due to his mental illness and inability to assert control over the kingdom. His reign saw the loss of English territories in France, igniting discontent among the nobility and weakening his position as king. The opposing Yorkist claim to the throne came from Richard, Duke of York, a descendant of both Edward III and Lionel of Antwerp, giving him a strong royal lineage. York sought to curtail the power of Henry VI's influential queen, Margaret of Anjou, and his Lancastrian supporters, believing that his family had a better claim to the throne. This led to increasing political friction, eventually boiling over into armed conflict. The First Battle of the Wars took place at St. Albans in 1455, where the Yorkists won a swift victory. Although not a decisive clash, it marked the beginning of a conflict that would stretch across 3 decades. A series of bloody battles followed, including Wakefield 1460, where Richard of York was killed, leaving his son Edward to lead the Yorkist cause. Edward, a charismatic and capable leader, scored a significant victory at the Battle of Towton in 1461, the largest and bloodiest battle of the wars, and was crowned King Edward IV. Edward's reign, however, was far from secure. In 1470, his former ally, Richard Neville, Earl of Warwick, known as the Kingmaker for his role in shaping the political landscape, turned against him and restored Henry VI to the throne in a brief Lancastrian resurgence. However, Edward IV returned from exile the following year, defeating the Lancastrians at the Battle of Tewkesbury and regaining the crown. Henry VI was captured and executed, cementing Edward's hold on power. The conflict appeared to be over, but after Edward's sudden death in 1483, the Yorkist camp was divided. His young son, Edward V, was set to succeed him, but his reign was cut short by his uncle, Richard, Duke of Gloucester, who declared the boy illegitimate and took the throne for himself as Richard III. Richard III's short and controversial reign was plagued by accusations of murder and tyranny, particularly regarding the disappearance of Edward V and his brother, known as the Princes in the Tower. Richard III's hold on the throne was eventually challenged by Henry Tudor, a Lancastrian with a tenuous claim to the throne through his mother, Margaret Beaufort. Henry rallied support from disaffected Yorkists and Lancastrians alike, landing in England in 1485.